Okay, I'm going to give you guys a rundown on Vector Checkit. Um, Vector Checkit is a part of our normal target solutions that we use every day, and we're going to hopefully start using this for all of our truck checks and our equipment managing. So in my eyes, this is going to replace all of our yellow cards for our dailies. It's going to replace our older iPads and our old way of doing that. It has the potential to even replace the DVR, and then it can also has the capabilities of fully replacing Firehouse Manager. So that way, instead of you guys having a bunch of passwords to try to memorize for a bunch of websites that nobody ever goes to, we'll be able to do our entire job from one place. So the cool thing about Vector Checkit is it's an app, it's web-based and it's an app-based. So Station 6, Station 4, and the ARU is going to be demoing this. So if you guys would, if you work at those stations, download this Vector Checkit to your iPhone. And if you guys aren't about, if we end up going with this and you're not about having an iPhone or an app on your phone, your personal phone, then I think Mark will give you those iPads and we can put this app on there. So I already have it downloaded. So I'm going to open it up and I've already logged in. I'll give you guys the credentials. So you see here down at the bottom, it's got all the stuff. So the only thing we're worrying about right now is how you guys like it with truck checks, okay? So if you go over here to apparatus, this home page is going to show you like what PPE you have assigned to you and what you've done recently, but these guys haven't done anything. So we're going to go to apparatus, and it's going to show all these trucks that I've built and put in here that we're going to be testing this stuff on. So engine 6 has been using it for a while. I just built engine 4, and then the ARU is testing it on their end too. So we're going to go into engine 4. So it's no checks due. So it's every Wednesday it's going to have a reminder that you got to do a Wednesday check, and then the first day of every shift you're going to do a daily check. If for whatever reason there was a work order that was submitted, it would show up right here. It's got the equipment that's attached to that truck, and then 47 missing inventory only because no one's taken inventory yet. So you guys, to do your truck checks, you'd come over here to check and then start check. You get to choose which check you want to do. So today we'll be doing just our normal Wednesday checklist. They're all pass-fail, except for at the bottom there's some answers. So you're just going to go through here and click pass on everything. So I built these checklists based off of an NFPA recommendations, and then also took into account some of our old iPad stuff. So what I'm going to do is just go through and pass everything. If for whatever reason something fails, you fail it, and then you'll be able to enter comments. So we can put tire pressure was low. And then we can save it. We can add an attachment, so we could take a picture of it if it's damaged or something, upload it as an attachment, and then click save. And then once I click save or submit report, when I'm done, it's going to notify whoever we decide needs to be notified. So every single check on the checklist has the ability to create a work ticket and let somebody know, right? So most work tickets are going to go to MOC so that they're aware of the issue. And then if there's certain things that our fire department can fix, so say the gas monitors, for example, say I fail the CO detector and it just doesn't work correctly. So whenever you fail that, it will send it straight to Mark Franklin. So then he's aware of it not working appropriately. So you can go through your whole checklist, try to pass everything, fail everything, whatever you need to do. Enter your engine hours, your mileage, your pump hours, and then any comments you may have, and then you can tap to sign it at the end. And when you're finished, you just click submit report, and boom, it's submitted. Okay, so once we've submitted the report, it'll email, or it'll say in the dashboard of administrators, once the report's submitted, it'll show in the dashboard that, hey, that was done. And then it'll also send an email on any of those auto failures to the people who need to know about it, okay? And if you pop up with the work order, if I failed something, it would show up in this work order screen, boom. And so the firefighters can be doing the same thing with their medical equipment check. So every Wednesday they come in here. See, there's already been 2 checks started. I'm just going to start a new one. So you start check, The first thing that pops up is your drug box. So you click on drug box. And all the drugs we carry should be in here. So I have a big button up here that says set to par. So I'm going to set all the quantity to the par level. And then, so that just changed the MAD device. But so albuterol, right? You click on albuterol, you select your lot, you type the lot in that you've had in there, the expiration date, the lot ID, how many you have, and then you push enter, right? So you check your drug box, do that for all of these, and then you sign your drug box. Then you go down to AED, you pass your AED, you pass your suction, and just check all your other stuff. And then you submit the report. And then just like the regular checklist, once you submit it, it'll go to your administrators, who will probably be the company officers in the battalions, and they'll be able to look at all that stuff and if anything failed. There's also a way that it keeps track of all the drugs that we have, so we can move our drug tracking system from ImageTrend over to Vector Check-It, and it'll email the powers that be. So right now I think it's Marquez and Ludwig. It'll email them and let them know, hey, we are a month out of expiration on our epinephrine, we need a new one, and they'll be able to go into storage and just click and drag from the drug closet to Engine 4, right? So that way we can keep track of those drugs that way. What else? Okay, so from the checklist on Wednesdays, we were able to see like the chainsaws and the equipment attached to the truck, but there wasn't an actual check. It was just seen on your Wednesday truck check, right? So if you wanted to do a thorough check on Wednesday, you can go into equipment, and here's all the equipment that I have built in here. So let's start with the AED. You go to the AED, you go to Engine 4 AED, and you can start a check. So it's in service. I don't know any of the models or serial numbers because I haven't been out there, but you can start a check. Check that the serial number matches the one in the system, pass. Check the defibrillator damage, pass. So this is all the same stuff from our old iPad Wednesdays. Checks that there's 2 bars of batteries, passed. And if any of these fail and it needs to be removed out of service, it'll take it out of service on its own and send an email to whoever we decide is in charge of AEDs. So we can check all of our equipment through the equipment tab too. So same thing with the glucometer, right? We have special checks for glucometer. Go to station 4 glucometer, start a check, make sure there's 6 lances, strips, band-aids, and wipes. We type in the lot number of the strips, the expiration date, just like always, submit it. Boom. So that's what we're going to be trying to work at for moving forward. I hope you guys like it. There are 2 things that have popped up that other guys, that Station 6 has noticed that they're not aware of. So I got in contact with the account executive from Vector, and they're aware of them, and they're hoping for those things to be fixed by Q1 of 2024. So in the next couple months. One of those things is when you're in a check and you fail something and you type something out. So let's go to check. We'll go to start check, and we'll just do a daily. So say daily, you fail the brakes. We're just talking hypothetically here, and you type in brakes are not working. Okay, and you push save. The next time that you open a daily check, you're going to have to fail it and type the exact same thing again. So the words aren't carrying over. I've talked to other departments in New Mexico. The way that they get around this for now, because it's supposed to be fixed in a couple months, is that whenever it fails, it creates a work order ticket. And if something has a work order ticket already open, then they will just pass it. So on their next, as long as it's created a work order ticket, they'll just pass it. And that's the quick. I know it's kind of a lame way to work around, but that's how they're doing it right now until that gets fixed. So another problem that we're having is that all the equipment that's on Engine 4 here all has a checklist, right? Like I showed you earlier. So if you go to the Engine 4 CO monitor and you click Start Check, there's a checklist to check the CO monitor. Well, this same piece of equipment is also in the Wednesday check, but the equipment's checklist is not populating over there, if that makes any sense. So the way we should be doing it now is we should go through checks, and we should do our entire Wednesday check, and then we should go to the equipment for our chuck and make sure that all of these are checked as well, so that we know it's getting checked every Wednesday. They're also aware of that, and they're hoping that this gets fixed next quarter as well, that the equipment checklists auto-populate into the regular checklist. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I think this is going to be great. It's going to be an easier way to track our drugs. It's going to be an easier way to do our checks, our Wednesday checks and our daily checks. No more of this antiquated yellow cards and DVRs saving new copies for years and years and years. It's going to be a more simple way to track bunker gear, so we can even go to PPE and we'll see all the structure jackets and everything that once I get them all imported. You'll be able to see all your work tickets here in a thing. So once the mechanic sees that this is broken or damaged, so they can click on it. So they got a broken, damaged engine 6 sensor. Okay, so I see that. I can leave a comment and it's all going to be there. Whenever Mark Franklin knows about it, he can move it over here to contacted. Should be able to click and drag on the PC. You can click and drag. Apparently you can on the app. But anyway, when you're on the computer, you can click and drag it over, and you can put it when parts are ordered, and then it'll show you it's back in service for however long I said it. So it can be back in service for 30 days, and then it'll just disappear. So all the crews have a chance to realize, oh yeah, our sensor got fixed. We'll also be able to handle storage more easily than we do now. So like right now, there's not a good inventory of what's in the drug closet. The EMS Station 2 supplies, this can help the guy reorder, so whenever he sees things get down when there's a count and people are taking stuff out of there, and just clicking and dragging it from the Station 2 EMS supplies and clicking and dragging it over to their unit, it'll take a count out of EMS supplies. So the guy will be able to know when the inventory is getting low and can reorder more. And then for like the PPE guys and me and Mark, being able to see all the bunker gear and the Zircon and just click and dragging it to assign it to someone is going to be wildly beneficial. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to try to get out to the stations while you guys are doing Wednesday to make sure you guys are all squared away.